welcome to Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouse 007. This is episode 54, where we're playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 with nothing but a laptop, a low-end laptop and its keyboard. So we reached Brussels at the end of the last video, and we're going to buy a garage in this part. So at the moment we've got £256,000. So let's go drive to the garage. So, and where is it actually? Let's just double check where it is on the map. We'll take a right. Oh yes, we'll take a right, and then we'll get that that bit of road that we didn't get. Aha, that's good. Right, okay. Right and the right. Oh, parking brake still on. Keep doing that. I keep doing that. And a red light. Okay, so today's subject is going to be the history of Liverpool Football Club, because it's I got really juiced up talking about the FA Cup, and we touched repeatedly on Liverpool, which I can't help because I'm a Liverpool fan. But I want to talk about the history of Liverpool Football Club because it's an interesting one. 1892. Liverpool Football Club was founded, and it primarily founded because the chap that owned Anfield, which is where Everton played its football, Sir John Holding, fell out with the people that ran Everton Football Club. And they decided that they didn't want to. Essentially, he was being a bit of a douche and he wanted to raise their rent, and they said no and stuff you. We're going to get our own ground because we don't want to be constantly. We don't want to constantly be at your beck and call with your stadium. So they got. Oh no, wrong way. Damn it. I was looking at the garage and not. So I was looking at the repair centre and dealership. And as a result, I've got to do that UE again. I do apologise. This is not the most interesting thing to watch someone doing a loop-de-loop. Oh. That is why you put the handbrake on. For no apparent reason, it decided that it was going to drift forward. Right, so we're not going right here, but I've just blasted through a red light. Interestingly enough, I didn't get penalised for that. I'm going to go around him. I'm going to stop at this one because I don't want to tempt fate. So, up till 1892, Everton had played their football at Anfield, and then they moved, and eventually they set up Goodison Park. So Sir John Holding had a stadium and no football club for it. Now, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The guy was going to be a bit of a douche about this, and he was going to try and set up another Everton. The reason Everton is called Everton is because they're in the Everton, the district that Anfield and Everton and Goodison Park are in is called Everton, and that's the reason. That's the reason Everton are called Everton. In case you were curious, although you probably weren't. He was also going to field them in the same colours as Everton, which at the time was, well, in fact he did. For the first year they existed, they played in the same colours as Everton, which was blue and white squares on the shirt. So yes, we want to buy this garage. Booyah! And that's our garage in Brussels. It's looking a bit manky at the moment, but when we upgrade it to 5, it'll look all shiny and new and wonderful. So, next thing we want to do, it always does that when you back out. It always goes. We've still got £111,000. Do we want to spend 80? Yes, we do, because we're going to earn, because we haven't slept yet. Probably going to earn about... Oh, no, we don't want the recruitment agency until we've been to the truck dealership. So, truck dealers. Volvo. Luxembourg. Buy online. FH sleeper. Customize it to remove the unnecessarily overpowered engine. Well, it's not. Purchase and then place in Brussels. Boosh. Boom. Okay, right, let's escape from that. We are now left with £31,000. Let's recruit a driver and go. Oh dear, two. Now, Legic is looking like the most likely candidate at the moment. Yeah, let's go with Legic. So Legic's going into Brussels. You can see the difference actually between our two 5-slot garages. Well, you can see the difference between the home garage, which is enormous with the star around it, the 5-slot garage, and the 3-slot garage. So we've got 3 3-slot garages, 4 3-slot garages, 1 5-slot garage, and 1 5-slot home garage. So Legic's going there. Right then, having done that, we're going to fix the lorry. Now we could rest here, but we can't fix here. So let's back out and hope no one is on the road. And we got lucky. So we're going to make this immediate left here as soon as the reds turn green. So yes, we're going to get some sleep. We've got £30,000 left. If we go to a destination that's a capital, we will claw back enough possibly to buy the garage there. If not, we will buy a truck and recruit a driver. Okay, let's repair. See how much damage we did to this beautiful, beautiful truck. Look at that. 3, 5, 8, 9, 10% damage. Right, that was £3,000. That was painful. Let's get some rest. See how much our drivers can earn for us. Right. Of course, it's raining. And our final rest stop takes us to 8 in the morning. Yay! Right. Next. Ooh, 102,000. Blimey. We're well on our way. So we got £70,000. And see what having those extra drivers does for us. So I want to go to job market. So we are in Belgium. Gosh, we are doing well. We have got all of Belgium now. Liège, Brussels, and... Ooh, no. Liège and Brussels. Luxembourg is a separate country. Lille is in France. So there's 2 cities in Belgium. It's more than 2 cities. What about Bruges? We can cram Bruges in there. Right, so let's make sure that Brussels is selected. Stavanger, we've been to. Kolding, we've been to. Dijon, we haven't been to Dijon. Oh, Paris. Paris is a capital. We've been there, but it's a capital. It's only £7,000 though. We might not have enough money. And it's only a 4-hour journey. No, we're not going to have enough money. I don't think. And that's our options. I'm going to risk it. If necessary, we can take out a small loan to cover the cost of if necessary, we can take a small loan out to cover the cost. Obviously, that'll increase the amount we're paying, but we're earning so much at the moment. I don't think we need to worry about it. So, boom. So let's take our screenshot. Okay. Right then. This is going to be quite a short journey, so what I might do is I might do a second short run. So we have a garage in. Let's not do what we did the last time. There we go. So we saved ourselves an impact by doing that. Blimey, it looks like we might spend more time driving to our location than actually to pick the location to pick up our load than we will. Okay. Oh no! I don't want to do that. Now you can see actually shining on the back of the lorry and actually shining here that I've left the lights on. This is going to be my thing. I'm leaving the lights on. I'm turning off the high beams in daylight because they're totally unnecessary. Right. Well, that worked out for us just. That might not have if we hadn't been lucky. So Liverpool Football Club, this wonderful club that I adore, was founded in 1892. Okay. And it until the late 1950s, it kind of had a hit and miss. I mean, it won the odd league, it won the occasional. I think it might have won an FA Cup. Didn't really go anywhere. It would do all right, then it would be relegated, and then it would do all right. What changed was the recruitment of a Scottish gentleman called Bill Shankly. Now, as an atheist, I'm a bit disturbed by by the following, but I go with it because that's just what it is nowadays. He is referred to by the Anfield faithful as the Pope of Anfield. He gave Liverpool Football Club something it didn't have, which was pride, passion, reliability, strength, leadership, and he made the club a desirable place to work, to play. And that is something that it never had. And he changed the ethos of the club, and they started to win regularly. They won, and under his leadership, they won the league regularly. They won the UEFA Cup. I think they even won the FA Cup under him. I'm not sure. I clearly don't know my history well enough. But they became a force to be reckoned with. And then out of the blue, Shankly retired. And he'd instituted something which you may or may not have heard of. It depends if you're interested in football. It certainly depends on if you're interested in English football. But he instituted something called the boot room. Underneath one of the stands, Liverpool had a little room where all of the players' boots were kept. And it would... Oh, crap. Oh, sugar. Yeah, we want to be out of the way of those buses, because those buggers are kamikazes. And it became where they'd sit and have a cup of tea, during the week or after training, and after the game they would invite someone, either an official or a member of the staff from the opposing team, to come and sit with them. Ooh, no, I don't want to go backwards. Sit with them and talk about football and chinwag, and it became quite an honour. Quite an honour to be invited to the boot room. Oh, what are we waiting for? Right, enough is enough. We're not sitting here for hours waiting for... Well, that was quite lucky. I snuck out before a truck coming got me. So this is going to be a short journey, so this might actually just be... I might actually get to the destination in one foul swoop without having... Well, certainly won't have to sleep. But given that we spent quite a while buying the garage, it might be enough to not do a second job. We'll see. Oh, crap. I was about to say this might be the first journey I do in a long time where I get an accent and I go and do that. So 102,000. How long have we got? We've got 6 hours to do this. It's going to take us 4. We're not sleeping in, so we're not going to get any funds from sleeping. I think we're almost certainly going to have to take out a small loan to cover the purchase. Actually, no, what I might do is I might wait until after we've done the rest and recoup, like I did this time, and then I think we'll definitely have the funds for it. And then that means that I don't have to spend more money on loan repayments than I already am. Because then we got another loan, we'd be going up to paying 6,000 to 8,000. We'd be paying £6,000 to £8,000 a day in repayments, and we're already paying quite enough. Thank you very much. So that's that. Why on earth did that little green car there pause? He didn't have to. He wasn't being asked to. No, we want to be on this side. In the 1950s, Bill Shankly arrived. Then, all of a sudden, in the 70s, he retired, and retired from football completely. Liverpool was the last club he ever managed. And talk about going out on a high. And he handed over the reins to his boot room colleague, Bob Paisley. Bob Paisley was his assistant. Bob Paisley is the most successful English football manager in the history of football. He's no longer the most successful British manager. Unfortunately, that honour was taken by was taken over by Alex Ferguson, a man I don't really like. I don't like him for a multitude of reasons. You can't deny his success, and he clearly was a good manager because he did it not just at Manchester United but also at Aberdeen. But I don't like him. I find him a colossal bully and a nasty piece of work. And yes, I don't like him. I mean, the number of players that he fell out with sort of hint at the kind of man he is. And I think bullying is a poor management style. But it clearly worked for him, so... But anyway, so Bob Paisley, most successful English manager, won 3 European Cups. Actually, I think it was Bob Paisley that didn't get the FA Cup. I think it was the one thing he wanted that he never won. So when Bob Paisley retired, he handed over the reins to Joe Fagan. Joe Fagan was also a member of the boot room. And Joe Fagan was in charge of Liverpool for just 1 year, and in that year he won the league and the European Cup. Now you could argue that he inherited Bob Paisley's awesome team, and you'd be right, he did inherit Bob Paisley's awesome team. But the number of you only have to look at current. Alex Ferguson retired at the end of the 2012-2013 season and handed the reins over to David Moyes, having won the league and the FA Cup. David Moyes, with essentially the same team, is struggling to, in fact, is highly unlikely to make it into the top 4, which will be a first for Manchester United for a long time. So it's all very well inheriting an excellent side, but you've also got to be able to manage that side. So I would argue that it doesn't matter that he inherited Bob Paisley's side. He managed Bob Paisley's side well. Now, Joe Fagan was the manager. It was almost 2 years, because he was managing them when they had the absolute disaster of Heysel, and he decided he'd had enough and he wasn't going to do it anymore. And so they decided to give the opportunity to Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish, if you're not familiar with Liverpool, is referred to as King Kenny. Kenny Dalglish is possibly still the best player to ever pull on a Liverpool shirt. If not the best, he's in the top 3 for sure. He was an amazing footballer and part of possibly one of our most successful eras as a player. Then he became player manager, and then he decided to retire as player and just continue on as manager. He was managing the side during the disaster that was Hillsborough. And I think Hillsborough kind of put him off, and I don't know whether he did it at the end of that season or whether he carried on for another year or two and decided enough was enough. But that did it for him. When Kenny Dalglish went, they handed the reins to another former great player, Graham Souness. Graham Souness was no Kenny Dalglish. Graham Souness may have inherited a slightly weakened side, and he may have been he was absolutely forced to pay young players that he wouldn't possibly ever have played, which was great because it gave those players an opportunity to play at a level that they wouldn't normally have been allowed to. They wouldn't have normally been given the opportunity to. The likes of Robbie Fowler, Steve McManaman, the great players, subsequently great players anyway. He won the FA Cup with essentially Kenny Dalglish's last team, but he was a bit of a disaster. He made some incredibly poor player acquisitions, including one utter shocker, a guy called Julian Dix. Now I don't know what Julian Dix is like as a person, but as a player he was a thug. Now I don't know whether £6, it's not bad. I don't know whether he thought that Liverpool needed some strength, but they certainly didn't need that kind of strength, that's for sure. What an absolute disaster that acquisition was. A player that I don't like as a player, that I don't know as a person and make no comment about as a person, but as a player, disastrous for Liverpool, appalling, so completely and utterly out of his depth. It reminds me in some ways of a later manager's acquisition of a player called Paul Konchesky. So, Graham Souness lasted 2 or 3 years, and for the first time in my lifetime, a Liverpool manager was actually asked to leave. Now, Souness did have health problems. He had he had heart problems, and he had an operation. So there is that. But that doesn't explain why he was so appalling. So after Souness, Liverpool were managed by another former boot room alumni, Roy Evans. Poor Roy Evans really got deeply unlucky. He was a pretty good manager, but if he had been managing Liverpool today, then he would regularly have got Liverpool into Europe, which would have meant he would have had access to considerably greater funds than he actually had at the time. And a number of occasions when we were nearly men. I mean, there was a year when the year that we first acquired a young striker from I think Nottingham Forest, a young man called Stan Collymore. Stan Collymore was a fantastic striker, a real artist with the football. And we should have won the league. We finished second, a handful of points behind the subsequent winners, whose name I can't remember. Probably Manchester United, possibly Blackburn Rovers. Actually, no, not Blackburn Rovers. Yes, he got deeply unlucky, and then subsequently the Liverpool board decided to hire another manager to join him as a co-manager. That was an experiment that was never likely to succeed. It was a significant insult to Roy Evans, but the board wanted to win, and they felt they weren't going to win with Roy Evans alone, and they wanted an international manager, so they hired Frenchman Gérard Houllier. Now, Houllier had, until 2001, Houllier had the kind of luck that Roy Evans had, very nearly meant. Then there was a perfect storm in 2001, where it was 2001, where the team won 3 trophies during the season, and then in the close season and the pre-season for the following season won a further 2. So they won first the League Cup, then the FA Cup, then the Europa, the UEFA Cup as it was, but which subsequently became the Europa League. Then at the beginning of the following season, we won the Community Shield, which is the trophy between the winners of the league and the winners of the FA Cup. And then later on in September, because Liverpool won the UEFA Cup, they played the winners of the Champions League and they won that game. So in this course of 6 months, Liverpool won 5 trophies. It was the only good year he had. We were mostly average, mostly mediocre for the rest of the time. And poor old Gérard Houllier was the next Liverpool manager to have significant heart problems. In fact, he had very grave heart problems and was hospitalised for quite a while. And his number 2, Phil Thompson, another former Liverpool great, was kind of left in charge. Now, Phil Thompson, I would have liked to have seen Phil Thompson given the chance to manage after Liverpool parted with Houllier. But instead they decided to go with another fantastic manager, this time former Valencia manager Rafael Benitez. Rafael Benitez regularly got us into Europe. In fact, I don't think he ever failed to get us into Europe. Sugar. Oh, that was lucky. You swine. How did we not suffer more damage? That is AI stupidity. I don't think he ever failed to get us into Europe. We were in the Champions League regularly. I think he had to play us in the UEFA Cup the first year he joined us because we hadn't qualified for the Champions League. But then he qualified for the Champions League every year. And in 2005, under his stewardship, we came back from 3-0 down to equalise in extra time, to hold on for penalties, and then to beat AC Milan on penalties to claim Liverpool's fifth European Cup, or as it's called now, the Champions League trophy. At the time, the UEFA rules were that if you won a total of 5 trophies, or 3 in a row, you got to keep the actual trophy. So Liverpool got to keep that trophy that they won. They've changed the rules now, and you don't get to keep it. You have to hand it back, and you get a scaled-down replica. Now, we got a scaled-down replica of all 5 trophies. Red light, I didn't make it out in time. So I think, yeah, I'm in Paris now. Obviously, we've discovered Paris already, so I'm not going to get any discoverables in this city. Actually, I might, because no, I've discovered them. But I've visited all of this road network, but because they changed the road layout of Paris, it now looks like I haven't visited any of this stuff. So, we've got £112,000. We're going to get another 7 from this. That'll take us up to 20, or almost 20. Then we'll have a rest break, and by the time we've had the rest break at the beginning of the next video, we will have enough money to buy. Let's see, how much time have we got? 3 hours. I might do a bit of road networking just to entertain myself, because we've got plenty of time. And I feel a bit gutted that I've lost the... this is going to happen periodically when ProMods update the map. I'll lose progress. If you're playing this game, you will lose the progress you've made on that particular part of the map. I've noticed it's parts of London that I haven't appear not to have discovered or driven on, even though I know I have. And it's because they've updated it, and so your progress disappears. I don't quite understand why. It's possibly because they've changed. I mean, it might be that Paris has had such a large amount of itself altered and changed that that's why it looks like you haven't visited. But other than that, there is there's no other reason I can think of why it would disappear. But it does surprise me that so much of the road doesn't look like I've driven on it. Right. Not going to go there just yet. And are we taking a left here? Can we take a left here? I don't know if we can take a left here. Yeah, I think we can. Not until... oh no, excellent. Obviously we can't go straight ahead because that part of the map is denied to us. And I'm going to take a right here and then a left. Oh no, I was pressing the brake thinking I was pressing the accelerator. This will be something I won't have to worry about when I'm driving with a wheel and pedals and a gearbox. Oh, that's the other thing that's going to screw me up. I haven't played this game with the gearbox, and that's a very different problem. Parking brake on, which I should have done. It's a very different prospect playing a driving game with a gearbox. And I've not done it yet. I've got several games where you can play the game using a gearbox, but I've not actually done it yet. I've never been confident enough Also, those games are racing games, and this isn't a racing game. This is a very much different kind of game. I am going to see if I can cheat death and destruction by, yes, mind you, by the time I'd done that, we'd gone yellow. Although I'm pretty much certain that I would have had to have stopped again. So we take another left. This is a right, actually, not a left. Oh my goodness me, I'm falling into my wife's disease of not knowing my left or right. Which is bad. Right, once I've done this, I think I'm going to head to the depot that I'm... Yeah, in fact, I think I might actually be heading to the right. Yeah, I'm heading in the right direction now, and I will get that last bit of road when I go and rest and recuperate at the beginning of the next video. So I hope that wasn't too boring or frustrating for you, but this is how I try and get my percentage of the map up and my private profile. So given enough time at the end of every video, I will probably do this, I think, because I don't think it's any less interesting to get a sort of a... Oh look, they're constructing what looks like a big football stadium there. It's quite interesting, I think, to get to see the layout of a town and city, which you possibly won't get from just a quick drive into the destination. Right, I'm going to try doing this way. Did I just brush the wall with the trailer? Ooh! Right. No, I didn't. Right, oh, no. No, it's not the right way. Come on. Let's try and get the angle right. See, have I got it right? Have I done it right? Nope. And I think I just... Nope. No. No, and that was all wrong as well. I think we're all right now. Whoa. No. Right. Let's try and get this right this time. Oh, crap. This is not going... Whoa, no. Wrong direction. And let's straighten up a little bit. Oh, no, too fast. No, too fast. Oh, that's awful. This is one of my disasters. I've been okay. I've not been brilliant, but I've been okay in the last two, but this one is just turning into an absolute disaster. Yes. No. There we go. Phew, that's a relief. Okay, so out of reverse, parking brake on, engine off, unhook. Oh, our first excellent in ages. The first time we ever paid a financial or any other kind of penalty in a long time. Yeah, that was a very short journey. That was 294k. It only took almost 5 hours, 4 hours 57 minutes. We only used 106.8 litres. Our base reward was £4,962 and 294 XP. Our proficiency bonus for level 23 was £1,712. Our urgent delivery bonus for skill rank 3 was £403 and 58 XP. And then we got a bonus of 45 XP for parking the trailer, giving us a total of £7,078 and 397 XP. You can see how piddly that was. The last journey we did more than a third of this level, and look at that tiny amount. It's all about the distances. So, we're still level 23. We're, I think in the next journey we will level up to 24. But on this journey we got a lifetime. We've now got a profile lifetime XP of 61,682, and we're still aiming at 62,500 XP. So that was a short video, and thank you for watching it. So if you've watched all of this video or any part of this video, or if you've watched more than one of my videos, thank you very much. And until the next video, I'll see you on the road.